We have always lurked among you.
Evie! Okay, never mind me. Here I am talking to people and I don't even have my mic in. So, pay no attention to me. How are you doing today, Laura? Hopefully well. I was sitting here having a conversation and didn't even realize my mic. Thought I had these placed. But these, like the first 15-20 minutes, this is what I do. I sort in hopes that one day they will all be sorted. Most of these are actually my kids' Legos. When they were much younger, they would get Legos. We would help them put them together, and then like 3 days later, they would be taken apart. So we just have like a giant container of Legos, and they used to be sorted by color. And then I got the bright idea that they would be better. No, it's all right. Listen, it is totally me. Um, they used to be sorted by color, and I got the bright idea that hey, it's still really hard to find anything if they attempt to put it back together. So let's unsort them and resort them by like type, and then oh, I'm sorry, Laura. I know it's hard. The workforce is crazy. It seems like everybody is saying they're hiring, but not a lot of people are actually getting hired, if that makes sense. But yeah, these are actually my kids. So they would take everything apart. And so now my goal is to have it sorted so if they wanted, they could go back and re-put those things together. And I keep putting it off and putting it off. So if I do it here on stream, I might actually get it done because I'm forcing myself to do it. Hello, welcome in, first time chatter. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Vihuti? V-I-U... Yeah, I'm gonna say Vahuti, but if I'm wrong, just attempt to tell me how to say it correctly, and I might get it right. I'm really bad at names, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is what I do a little bit in the beginning to hopefully force myself to get these sorted. I just heard one hit the floor. I figure I'm not really getting a ton done each time, but it is a little bit of something, so maybe that'll eventually, it'll get somewhere. Are you Lego? Nope, you're not Lego. You're some weird off-brand. I know I have these somewhere. Somewhere is the keyword. There we go. Yeah, and in order to help a little bit, I make sure then that each of the things, like as I build, when you have like those few extra at the end of each bag, that I sort them right away, that I don't just throw them into the bin. As long as they can be like some I don't already have like a sorting thing for, so those don't get sorted, but I try my best to ones that do have a place to sort those. Okay, that's today's 15 minutes. Like I said, it's not a ton of time each segment, but I figure it's still getting more done than I was before I started forcing myself to sort on stream. And then I push all my drawers together. No, just do. Today, we're making Rocket Raccoon. He is 566 pieces, and he has a little baby Groot. But I obviously needed him to go with my groups. So I have 3 groups. I have the Groot that what came out last year or whatever with the he had the little cassette tape with him, and then I have the Venomized Groot, partly Venomized and then fully Venomized. So of course I needed Rocket to go with him. And Tuesday after stream, I realized the mail had come, and the red British phone booth had come in the mail. So we'll do that probably next week. I don't think I can get it done in one session, so I didn't want to start it today and then have Sunday be like video games and then go back to it. So I figured I would do it that way. But this one, welcome in, Danny. How are you doing? This one has 4 bags and some stickers, which are not my favorite, but it looks like it has 4 stickers, so not too many. And it looks like FrostyBot is working today. You know, I know it doesn't always work. Sometimes it does whatever it wants. Let's see what we have for Stream Raiders. What levels? Well, this one's a level 1, so I think as long as we get a couple people, let me see what it wants me to do for quests. Rogues and archers and warriors. Okay. So we'll do level 1. And I'll do a warrior. And then I'll put up these battle plans in case anybody needs them for a quest. So if anybody wants to participate in the Stream Raiders, you can. If not, that's fine too. So I think I've been trying to figure out how to do more stuff like sound effects and stuff in the stream and such. And I use OBS, and I'm not like super great with it, so I don't know. But I think I'm gonna use Fire or start using Firebot as well. I know that's what Steel and Carrot use for like their sound effects that like you just say a word and it happens, and like the pictures. So I think I might try that. Who knows how well it'll turn out though. Thank you for the follow, Vihuti. And I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. And I try to give a follow back to anybody who follows me, whether you stream or not. I feel like it's the least I can do is follow you back. You know, whether you stream or not, I feel like it's the bare minimum I can do. Thank you so much for popping in and for the follow. What do I feel? Oh no, it's hidden already. And I couldn't, my me camera, so obviously I have 2 cameras, you know, I call it my me camera and my build camera. My me camera didn't want to work, so I had to mess with it, and then it seemed dark, so I increased like the gamma or whatever, the lightning, but it still seems so like different from the build camera, so I don't know. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I only do English, but I appreciate the follow anyway. Even my closed captionings are only in English. I know there's a way to do the closed captioning in other languages, but I think you have to pay for it. And I was just making sure they worked. So we're supposed to get rain at some point today, but only for a little bit. And I'd rather. It feels like not that long ago we rained. It well, like Saturday, it rained. Started raining like Saturday afternoon and rained clear through till Monday, and that was sucky. So hopefully it does only rain for a teeny bit today. I don't want more hours and days of rain. And they keep talking about the potential for more like bad weather that potentially could cancel school. Like the school does. They keep sending home. So like I don't know. Hopefully. I don't know. I'm just I'm just done. And the thing is where we live, once it stops, like it's still warm. It's like 55 today. 57. Sorry. Looked at my Echo over there. So it is like warm, but eventually it's gonna be stupid hot, and I'm not gonna like that either. So I'm thinking this is like the chest part of Rocket. Like this and like this until you hear the clippy clippy. So we so for I don't know, the last couple years we celebrate Valentine's Day just like everybody else, but we don't celebrate it on Valentine's Day. One, because it's like stupid hard to get in anywhere, you know, on Valentine's Day unless you do a place that has reservations. And we have kids. And we've lived away from family, so we didn't really have anybody. Plus, I like trust no one with my kids. They're mine. They stay with me all the time. Um, but you know, those kind of places really aren't meant for kids. So the places that take reservations. So we celebrate it like on a different day. That way we can still celebrate, but not be like, you know, having to wait super late to eat or whatever. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, I know now. Anyway, so we'll probably celebrate Valentine's Day this weekend. Like we'll go out somewhere to eat and exchange gifts. So, I was wondering, for those of you who celebrate Valentine's Day, how do you celebrate it? Do you wait till the day of? Do you just stay at home with your significant other? And even if you're single, I don't believe that Valentine's Day just has to be for romantic. Like you can go out with friends and celebrate Valentine's Day. You can go out by yourself and celebrate Valentine's Day. I was just curious what others did or how they did it. And for some reason, I feel like it's super dark over here. Hi, Beer Bear. How are you doing? I gotta add you to the auto shout out. Let me write your name down so I remember. Ooh, what did you have for lunch today? Oh, you added 2 E's to Pokey Catch. That's why I was like, what do you mean it doesn't exist? And then it took a second for my eyes to figure out where it did. Yeah, I do the same thing. I feel like I backspace as much as I type. Like, it's like 2 letters, backspace, 2 more to backspace. Like, it's never, like, correct from the get-go. Yeah, and I messaged you because I was like, oh crap, I was gonna tell him about or send him the link for what the closed captioning was, and then I forgot all about it the other day. So when I was in Carrots this morning, I was like, crap, that's right, I was gonna do that. Oh, that's spectacular. Okay, still this way. This is why I have those little notepads, because otherwise I will totally forget unless I do it like immediately. Spaghetti, broccoli, peaches, and pumpkin pie. That is quite a combination. Okay. Yes, I did that step. Now we flippy. And put this there. Oh, yeah, so you gotta... I mean, it makes sense. And hey, listen, I don't care. I mean, you eat whatever you want to eat, and as long as you like it together, that's all that matters. But it was just like, that is a combination. Okay, so put it on exactly like they're on the sticker sheet and don't mess it up. That's what I tell my kids. I don't care what you eat, in which kind of combination you eat it, as long as you eat what you put together. Okay, it says we're gonna have ads in about a minute. Yeah, as long as you eat it in whatever combination you form it, that's all. And you're not gonna try to force me to eat what you're eating. At least that's what I tell the kids, because sometimes they put weird stuff together and I'm like, thanks, but I don't want to eat that together in that way. I do like broccoli, but I don't like tomatoes. And by tomatoes, I mean I don't eat, like, spaghetti sauce is the only tomato-y thing I eat. Like, I don't eat spaghetti sauce or salsa or any of that. So I would eat spaghetti without the spaghetti sauce and those other things, but I don't eat pumpkin pie either. I don't like the texture. I like pumpkin bread. Almost like a cakey bread. Like a dessert bread. Like a flat. That way. I gotta find one the opposite way. Nope, you're angled the same way. Okay, you're angled a different way. Then you. And you. Oh, we're on ads. says, that's observed chat in its natural habitat in the wilds of Twitch. A rare unpheasant flutters by, elusive to the grasp of our chatters. The community spirits remain high, with Flyer Skywalker braving the job hunt jungle and ready for Stream Raiders battle. Meanwhile, book-loving Builder entices the herd with Amazon Prime lore. Amidst friendly howdies and LEGO Valentine's Day plans, Beer Bear 8 triumphs in the Great Bazooly Catch after a feast fit for a cycling champion fuel up in Forge on Chat Safari. Yeah, we do Lego here too. Well, this year I got the rose bouquet, and I already said that I knew it because I was at the store when and attempted to buy it for myself. But I got something different for Crazy. Only 4.5 more hours of work. Yes, I did that right. 2 of each. Yeah, when you want it to go fast, it'll go so slow. I bought Crazy instead of Legos. I got him some of the fun hole sets because he likes farming, right? Like he likes farming things. He plays the farm sim game, and he likes a lot of the farming type Lego, but a lot of times they are Technic, which he doesn't love that much. And so Fun Hole has like a whole thing of more farming type sets. So I got him a tractor, and I'm trying to make sure I'm putting these on right, but I don't know that I am. Maybe like that. They have a tractor and a farm truck and some other stuff. So I got him the tractor and the farm truck, which equaled about the same price as the rose bouquet from Lego, because we try to stay, similar price and all that. So there he will have the light up sets, and I found that tweezer I was talking about when I was trying to build my fun hole set with the lights. So when he goes to build those, he will have the tweezer for the lighting parts to make it a little easier. Because I mean, it was hard for me with my tiny little kid hands to get those lights in sometimes. So I know he will definitely have an issue. But that's what he got, and I can say it on stream. Even if it pops in, it's not gonna matter. He already knows. I didn't keep it a secret since I knew. I figured he could know too. Yes, so he will love putting those together. Make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so this one goes like this and like this. Okay. Yeah. So and then the kids just got tubes of M&Ms, like the mini M&M tubes. But yeah, I firmly believe that You don't have to, it doesn't have to be romantic. You can, what is it, Galentine's? I think that's actually the day before Valentine's, but whatever. You can go out with friends, you can go out by yourself. Like, you don't have to be in a relationship to celebrate Valentine's Day. 2 rose bouquet, and rose puzzle. I have the medieval blacksmith, and it is a nice set. I love it. The tree, I will admit, the tree is still like, I don't know if I did something wrong when I built the tree or if it's just the way the tree is, but my leaves at the one segment of the tree on the blacksmith set is like always falling off. I don't know. Okay, I'm still trying to make sure I'm like, ooh, I guess that's a, no, that's not better. It is a very fun set to build. I liked it a lot. I built it way before I started doing streams because I've only been streaming since like July, mid July, something like that. So I've not been streaming very long. So a lot of my sets were not built on stream. But the Lego flowers are the only flowers I want because the other flowers die and I do not have a green thumb. I joke that the only reason the kids and the pets survived is because they could tell me they were hungry or needed something. Like, I am not good. Listen, I didn't stream at all. Like, I wasn't on Twitch even watching people until I started to stream. My husband streamed, but I wouldn't necessarily watch him. And then he stopped for a while because we moved and he just wasn't into it. I think he started feeling like pressure because he was streaming video games. So I think he began to feel pressure, like if he wasn't streaming certain things, he couldn't get anybody to watch him, or if he wasn't constantly like doing crazy things, he couldn't get, streaming it like video games, if that is like your whole goal, is a hard thing. Nope, people don't want to raid into other people because they might steal their viewers, or it's crazy. It is a much harder thing. So he has recently, like within the last month or two, began to stream again, and he started, I mean, he builds Legos too, but he was building them off stream. And so now he has begun to build his on stream as well. And he'll play video games here and there, but it's not like the driving force. So I think he's beginning to like get back into it. Plus, what was I gonna say? He's getting back into it. Oh, he only streams 1 day a week. Sorry, my brain farted right in the middle of that sentence. So he only streams on Fridays when he has off from work. He may start streaming more eventually, but right now that's all he's streaming. But yeah, gaming is like a hard, instead of being like excited that you have a whole community to play with, it's more of a, you can't play with anybody. Hello, welcome in, first time chatter, Divine Darkness 13. How are you? Welcome in. I never know what to say about myself. I am, I guess, a variety streamer. I mostly build Legos, but I do play video games on Sunday. And I have redeems for different things like Book Talk and Diamond Dots. Well, I'm glad you like Legos because that's mostly what I do. I'm good. How are you today? We are building Rocket Raccoon because I already have 3 Groots, and Groot needs his friend Rocket. I feel like something has gone. Oh, it has gone awry, but because I don't have it turned in the right direction. Nope, that wasn't right either, I guess. I see what I did there. Pay no attention. I did a boo-boo, but I'm gonna fix it easy. I just rotate those parts from one side to the other. Oh, look at that, I fixed it. Oh, you can't, you gotta love smooth days at work. But now you have to knock on wood so that nothing accidentally changes that. Like, you gotta keep it smooth. Thank you for the epic, Laura. We also have Stream Raiders. If you don't want to play it, that's completely fine. But I just let people know when they come in that it is there if they wish. So yesterday I got a little, like how it's like, hey, we know you like this. Here's an article about that. Um, but anyway, it was about Hogwarts Legacy, which is what I have been playing on Sundays. Um, so I guess when you play it on the PlayStation, I think it said there was another free DLC. But I play it on the computer, so I hadn't known, I guess, about this DLC. It makes Hogsmeade Village spooky, like spooky Hogsmeade Village. And I guess it has only been free if you played on the PS5 or whatever, PlayStation. I don't know, someplace. Anyway, and later this month, I think they said they're gonna release it so that everybody on every version can now play this DLC. So for me, because I've only been playing on the computer, it would add it as like more quests. So potentially, like right now, I'm just running around doing like side quests and stuff because I finished all the main quests in the storyline. So I don't know if it would add any main quests, but it would add like maybe side quests to it. But apparently, it's supposed to be pretty spooky. Like it has the spookier, almost scary. Like one person said, it scared them so bad they jumped and almost peed their pants. So I don't know if they're generally like a person who scares easily, but anyway, what other games do you play? So I haven't played it on stream, and I haven't played it in a little bit, to be fair. But I used to play World of Warcraft like all the time, like obsessively. Uh, but I have Palia, and I have a game called Strange Horticulture, which we played a little bit on Tuesday because I was done with the build before like my time, and I just poured big bag in the little box. And I have, what else do I have? I think that's it right now. I am honestly not that great at games, so I don't tend to play games that have you like one-on-one combat and stuff like that. Like I'd be horrible at Call of Duty. Like I would continually just die. And I want to get Cult of the Lamb. Carrot Cleric had played that last week or earlier this week in his stream, and that looked like a fun game.
Shopify helps you sell smarter at every stage of your business. Take full control of your brand with your
Yeah,
own
I
custom
played
online
Strange
store.
Horticulture for maybe like a half an hour or
Find more
so on the
customers
stream
with
the
our
other day.
easy
I
to
had
use
played it
marketing
a
tools.
little off stream
Piece of
to
cake.
see if I liked it
And
or
with the
not, and
best
then I just
converting
started a
checkout
new
on the planet
game
to its
for on
stage.
stream.
Whatever your stage,
I wasn't like
businesses that
terribly
grow
far into
grow
the
with
game,
Shopify.
so it's
Switch to
not like I
Shopify today
lost
for
a
a
bunch.
$1
But
a
I
month
like that
trial
game.
at
It's kind of, you know,
shopify.com/YouTubeAudio.
I don't want to say spooky, but it's just kind of
Shopify.com/YouTubeAudio.
like eerie vibe to it. I liked it though. And there's supposed to be another game. I don't know if it's by the same company or a different one, but it has the same kind of vibe. And it's like an arcane bookshop. So I want to get that game too and see if it's like Strange Horticulture. Yes, this is the right piece. It was the Cult of the Lamb was pretty funny while Carrot was playing it his. He just kept saying like how we were bad followers because we were so needy. But it was kind of funny, like watching the cult leader run around, like doing everything for his followers. Okay, no, not black. It looks like it's blue. There we go. Oop, I heard that sound. It means that Stream Raiders is ready. Let me collect the other two pieces so I don't forget what I'm doing. Let's see. Stream Raiders battle. Bring up Stream Raiders. Let's do that and start the battle. We have 5 allies and 32 enemies. This could be bad. It's gonna be bad. We did take out 12 of them though. Continue. We'll try it again. I'll do Art Archer this time. Now put down battle plans for everyone. There we go. Feel free to join. No pressure though. Yeah, I'm not terribly far into Palia, but it's a fun game. It was nice chatting, but I must get back to work. Hope you have a lovely shoot. Thank you for popping in, and hopefully I'll see you again. Have a great day at work. Blue. Some of these pieces, they have in blue and black, so I have to remind myself that when I'm looking for them, they are a certain color. Okay, this, and this, and this. So blue, and 2 of these. And clippy clip. wrong direction. Go the wrong direction. Oh, good crap. Yeah. This. Then this. And that. Okay, we're gonna set that down too. And try something else. Ah. Okay. Oh, apparently the sun has decided to come out. Which then, of course, messes up my lighting because I had it lit for darkness. I ordered a shirt to wear to the book signing I'm going to next month. And sometimes they sell shirts that like specifically say the book signing on it, but I didn't buy one of those. I just went to Amazon and I looked up like book t-shirts. So I found a Flourish and Blots t-shirt, which is the bookstore in Harry Potter in Diagon Alley. So I thought that would be cool, a way to connect, you know, connect it. Okay, now we need this back, and we connect this onto there, and then onto there. So it connects like that. And then we set it down again. One of these. There we go. Now, I just have to make sure I get that piece pushed in enough. That looks good. Nope, nope. Other direction. So I figure if we finish this early, like we did the other one, because they're smaller builds, that we play more Strange Horticulture today. And then next week I'll do the British Foam Box.
You know poop is coming.
What is
But
with
you have
YouTube
nothing to fear.
and this poop commercial for
New
Pampers?
Pampers Swaddlers with blowout barrier helps prevent up to 100% of leaks, even blowouts. Fear no leaks with Pampers Swaddlers. Click or tap the link now to learn more.
At least it was short this time. Oh, it says Pokeballs at the ready. I missed the last one. A Drillbur. Pokey. Catch. because I think I already have a Drover, so I'm not overly concerned about catching it. Stop building off screen. You and you. Okay, so once it like this, and then put this there, and like this. Yeah. You forgot the P. Yeah. Listen, it took me like 3 times typing it out to get it correct. So, like, I had to keep backspacing and whatnot. So, you're not alone. You're not alone. Oh, that's weird. See how they put the bar and it kind of goes through all of that and into this end one. It's kind of interesting. This and then brown. Like I don't even have the wireless keyboard as an excuse. I just can't type. Welcome in, Kevin. We are working on Rocket to go with the Groots. It made it like just big enough to fit, so you gotta like wiggle. There we go. Now hopefully I did that right. Yes, I did. Woo-hoo. Oh, it's Rocket's foot. It's a rocket leg. Oh, now it wants it to go. Oh, I was like, did I do that wrong? No. It just took me a second to figure out how they wanted me to twist that piece. So now we have a rocket body and one rocket leg. I have 2 keyboards. One works better than it. Right, you'll figure it out. I have a wireless keyboard, and I got it for Christmas 2 years ago, maybe. I don't use it that often. What I really got it for is when we go on trips, I still try to keep up with like my review. So if I finish a book, I still try to write the review. And trying to type it out on the phone is not something that's very easily. Like even with swipe text, I wind up with all kind of like spelling mistakes and stuff I have to go back and fix because it picked the wrong word. So I mainly have it there, and I quick Bluetooth it to my phone and type it out, and then that's all I use it for. So it doesn't get used very often. So I have no idea like what it is like to type on like regularly, like how long it lasts and things like that. Because I take the batteries out of it when I'm done using it, and then I just reconnect it every time. And I know that's probably not great, but I don't use it all that often, so it's not that big of a deal. Like if I used it all the time, I probably wouldn't like essentially take it apart each time, but it's also not rechargeable. It's a battery operated one. So they're both in this bucket. Yep. I know so I liked it because I like Rocket. Rocket's like my favorite character. But I had seen some reviews where people were like, I don't like this one. I don't know. I like it. It looks good. Maybe they don't like something about the face and we haven't gotten there yet. Who knows? But I've heard mixed reviews. But there's always somebody who doesn't like something. And if I didn't do things just because other people didn't like them, I would literally do nothing. Other side. Yeah, but I'm liking this rocket. I think it looks good so far. Kevin, we have Stream Raiders up if you're interested. We already did one and we died. We did not succeed, but that's okay. I was like, did I skip a step? No, I did not. Yeah, we had like 5 allies and 32 enemies. We got down to 21 enemies, but we did not survive. But that's okay. Oh, there's the Lego I dropped earlier. It wasn't for this set, though, so that's okay. You are just not having luck today. I'm just gonna call you BB8 like Carrot does. Or Beer Bear. You're just not having luck. Is it like when pens start to go bad, you throw them over on the side or put them back in the pen holder, and eventually one day you're like, damn it, none of these pens work. Speaking of Carrot, welcome in, Carrot. How was the rest of your stream? How did your little parade float turn out? And it's not even like directly above the B, so you can't blame that. Right? Like, maybe his keyboard's like, no, it shall now be 228 from now on. That's his new name. The other one kept. I couldn't get the S to work. The other one kept opening new browser tabs. Maybe that's it. Maybe you needed to beat on it a little bit to get it to work. Like you hadn't given it a proper punishment, so it didn't know it was in trouble. Okay, there we go. You know, sometimes some of those things work, and other times they're just junk. It's hit and miss. Like, just enough of them work really well for you to be like, I'll try another product from them. I know we had bought like a what was it, an HDMI cable from that, you know, because we didn't want to wait, and like the nearest Best Buy type store is like a half an hour from us, and Walmart's like 5 minutes. uh so we just went and got one from them, and it worked for like a month, and then it didn't want to work anymore. So it's really hit or miss. It's like just enough to keep you trying products where one works really great for a long time and the next one breaks after 5 seconds. Yeah, like one will work great for forever and the next one won't last more than 5 minutes. It's like just enough to keep you coming back trying, but not enough consistency to say yay or nay. Yeah, we've had like what's the word? USB sticks, whatever, you know, and they work great for like the longest time. But that HDMI cable quit after like 2 weeks. You know, it's not consistent at all, so you can't like make up your mind whether it's a good product or not.
The pickleballer, the jazz fan, the pasta lover, or the Zen seeker. Need to find the perfect gift? Don't panic.
Don't
Try
move.
Gift Mode on Etsy now.
Okay, fine. Move. Yeah, Steel got first and like immediately lurked, which is fine, but it was funny. She was like, yes, I got first. Okay, I'll be back later. Welcome in, Crazy. Hopefully your day is going well. A Kadabra is in the chat. We're building Rocket Feet. From 0800 to noon, I just got lunch and I'm sitting down to eat. Going well is not in the cards right now. Okay, like this. And then we turn this way. And we give Rocket his second leg. Now he can stand. Maybe. Oh, it does stand. Yeah, sometimes it's like not enough weight or positioning, whatever, so it won't stand yet. But that one stands to try it. This one only had 4 bags, so we're like halfway through it already. We got yeah, I mean, it could be his third leg. He is a genetically modified, or he is a modified animal. We don't know what he's packing. So I have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think that's what we're on. I don't know. The kids went with their cousins and their uncle. He is braver than me. He took 5 teenagers. Well, 4 teenagers and 1 preteen to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in the movie theaters and then took them to a jump zone. You could not pay me enough money to do that. Okay, so we're working on Rocket's head now. To the movies, and then to jump zone. So it's like a one of those trampoline parks. You know, they can jump and play basketball on the trampolines and all that. You could not pay me to take 5 children to a jump zone or 5 children to a movie. I think for the price of tickets right now, we don't earn enough to take 5 people to the movies. Oh, no wonder it won't go. I'm on the wrong side. No, it's like they have all those indoor trampolines and stuff like that. And some of them have like arcades and go-karts and stuff like that. But yeah, he took 5 of them to the movies and to a jump zone. No thanks. Yeah, I think it's called... Oh, what's it called now? I forget what the name of the one he took them to, but yeah. But he doesn't have kids. And he's a pilot, so he makes lots of money. He takes them out when he comes into town and gets them things and takes them places, and then he leaves town again. Yeah, Defy Gravity, I think that's the name of the one. The kids love it. Uncle Nani's in town. He whisks them off to do some fun activity and then leaves again. He is the definition of a funkle, a fun uncle. some of these, it's so dark. I'm like, I think that's the right piece. Just want 2 of these. Ah, there's the other one. Yeah, every time he comes to town and does it, I'm like, you're sure? Like, have you had yourself checked? I don't think you're quite sane if you want to do that, but sure. Hello, Exposing Alex. Welcome in. So one of the trainers is leaving next week, and there's a class that needs an instructor the following. They're working you. So when Crazy started this job, he was like, I don't want to be in charge of anything. I just want to come to work, do my job, and go home. And then his bosses got to know him, and they're like, hey, you have great leadership qualities. We think you'd be great. And he's like, no, I don't want to be a boss. And they're like, but you'd be so good at it. And they are grooming him for leadership, whether he wants it or not. You're welcome for the shout out, Alex. Yeah, so yeah, like whether you want to be a leader or not, we're gonna make you a leader. And he said no, and I think now they're slowly like doing it like little bits at a time, and before he knows it, he's actually gonna be in charge of something. Like he's gonna be an actual boss, not just kind of, hey, help out here, help out there. Welcome in, Fantasy. Yeah, before he knows it, they're gonna be like, yeah, you're already in charge. You've been doing it and we just didn't tell you. Yeah. He's like, I don't want to be in charge, and they don't care. They're making him in charge anyway. Okay, let's see how we did on Stream Raiders this time. Oh, we have 31 allies this time, so that's a lot better than last time. Last time we had 5. We lost spectacularly, but we did take them for 32 to 21 last time. Now there's 31 against 36. I think we'll do much better this time. Woohoo! Pick a random turretify. I don't know. It looks like it reset the distribution. I'm gonna have to double check that. Let's see. Can I buy anything? Nope. Okay, let's go forward into battle. I'll do an archer again. And that'll finish out that quest. Then all the battle plans. I thought it only wanted 2 archers. Oh, there it is. I didn't go up high enough. I got my beans with my chicken tenders. Do you mean jelly beans with your chicken tenders? Because I don't know, baked beans with chicken tenders does not sound good. Then again, baked beans don't sound good at all. Woohoo! What does he get next week off for? Hopefully not the sad thing we were talking about yesterday. Green beans are tolerable, and other beans are disgusting. Right, like, do you mean jelly beans? Because that's okay. I don't like beans at all. I will tolerate green beans, but that's about it. Well, you're disgusting, so that's not new. Listen, I can't eat beans. They're mush in your mouth, and refried beans look like pre-vomited beans. Refried beans look like somebody ate them and pre-threw them up for me, and then I got served them again after they dried out. No. Oh, that's fun. Our kids get, so in the States here, at least at this school district, they got, right, that's what it reminds me of, Carrot. No, I do not like the magical fruit at all. I do not eat any version of the magical fruit. For here, the kids get, like, in our district, it's a little different at each district. Like, everybody gets Christmas break off, right? And Thanksgiving. But some places, like other places we live, we got off, like, Thanksgiving is on a Thursday. So the kids would sometimes get off, have like a half day on Tuesday, or a half day on Wednesday, or sometimes they would have off Wednesday completely before. Here, they had off from the Friday before Thanksgiving through the Monday after, and for Christmas, they had like 3 weeks off. And then the beginning of next month, they'll get another week off, what they call spring break. And it's kind of different at every school. They have different weeks off in different states for that spring break, but that's the general gist of it. Yeah. The magical fruit, the more you eat, the more you toot. I do not eat any version of the magical fruit. It's like mush in your mouth, and it just, even thinking about it makes me a little vomitous. I skipped a step. And now I broke it. Oh, right there. There we go. I see the eat sugar, and I will as soon as I fix what I did wrong. Or didn't do. Yeah, I know the song, but it's disgusting. I have Ghirardelli milk chocolate squares. was always told they were good for your heart. Yeah, the more you eat, the more you fart. The more you fart, the better you feel. So eat your beans with every meal. My heart is fine, and I'm not eating any beans. Like, I barely tolerate like 3 green beans on my plate. It's got little crunchy chocolate pieces in it. Little crunchy chocolate mint pieces. This cup is not metal, so it has condensation, and I didn't want to drop it on my book here. Book talk. I'm savoring this book because she takes a while between each book. Too long for my liking. You like your green beans? We grew green beans one year. Welcome in, Ghosty. Let's see, I fixed it last time, so it worked this time. Yay, I fixed it correctly. Yeah, so I'm savoring this book. It's called Unharmed, and it's in the Harper Security Ops book, but I forget what book it is. Like, I want to say 7, but I don't think that's enough. I think it's further into the series. It could be 7, though. I digress. I've gone off on a tangent. So this guy, he obviously works at a private security firm. It's in the title. But it's not just a private security firm. They have different sectors. So it's they have a kidnap and ransom sector. They have a private investigator. They have personal security, like bodyguard department, right? So the guys work in different, they all work together, but they work in different departments, right? But like they'll help out where needed. And so this guy, he keeps his life outside of work pretty private. And like the guys at work didn't even know he was seeing someone, let alone that he got her pregnant and they got married. And they had the baby and everything was great, or at least he thought it was. You know, he had stayed home for a little bit with her to help with the baby, and then he started going back to work. And being a first-time dad and not really, like, he not being around, you know, pregnant women in the past, really, he didn't know to look out for certain signs, and she didn't tell him, so he, you know, didn't know that way. But apparently she had postpartum depression, and when the baby was 3 months old, she wound up unaliving herself because of it. And he carries like a lot of guilt that he didn't see the signs and didn't get her the help that she needed. But at the same time, how could he really know? You know what I mean? She hid it well so that he didn't realize anything was wrong. And so that's kind of where the book picks up, like starts. And so the main female character in the book, she recently lost her fiance. So every Saturday, her fiance would get up, he would take their dog for a run with him, and then take the dog to the dog park after. And then he would come home, shower, and they would go have a day out, lunch, whatever. Where is the other angle of this? Oh, there it is, in the other bucket. And so it was a Saturday. Yep, I see the ads. It's come back up, but it tells me like we're in ad break, but it still doesn't tell me like ads are about to start, which is annoying because I see ads are going to start as a mod on Carrots, but not on my own channel. Would you like me to wait to talk about the book until ads are over? It's your redeem. Okay. So, so it was a Saturday like any other. He got up, he went for a run, he took the dog with him, and it was just a little bit past the time he would normally be back. So she was beginning to, she was about to call him when the doorbell rang in. She's like, well, that's odd. He wouldn't ring the doorbell, he would just come in. And so she went and answered the door, and it was 2 police officers. According to them, he got bit by a snake while he was on a run and had died. And so you're like, oh man, that's horrible, or her fiance died. But it's even worse. Apparently his family never liked her, and they really didn't like that he was going to marry her. And their whole deal is that when they were planning to have children and everything, and she was going to stay home and be a homemaker while he went to work. And that was their plan. So she had already quit her job because that's what he wanted. I mean, she wanted it too. I don't want to make it sound like she only quit her job because that's what he wanted. But like they were already getting right. They were they were already starting their life together the way they wanted it. And because his family never liked her, they didn't care that these were the things they had set up because nothing was in writing. They told her that she had to get out of the house she lived in with him because she wasn't on the lease. The only thing they let her keep were obviously her things, her clothing and such. And they couldn't do anything about the joint bank accounts because they were joint bank accounts, So she just got the money in there and she didn't get anything else. Brick tax. Okay. Here's our thingy. I think we're... Okay, we did that one. Now we're on to this one. Hi, Skybeast! Can somebody give Skybeast a shout out for me? Thank you. Oh, it just took a second. It was doing it already. Okay, never mind. I take back my statement. FrostyBot takes a minute to get a story together, but it will give you one. So now she's, it's been a couple months. I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I was like, it didn't do it, but I guess it just took a minute to do it. I am good. We are trucking along. We are working on a rocket today, a rocket raccoon to go with the Groots. So there's it. There was the step, these couple pieces. Get that out for the next step. It was like right. Oh, my your friend says I'm pretty fantasy. It was like right before Skybeast came in, and then it pushed it like up for me anyway. Well, tell your friend thank you. It was so long and not long at all. I know, and I was like, by doing the 3 minutes every hour, it also allows me to get rid of pre-roll, so that's, a plus. Come on, stupid heater. Whatever. Do what you want down there. So she didn't get to take anything with her, right? You had to take her stuff and get out. So it's been a couple months, and she's had like a pretty bad bout of depression, like he just died so suddenly, and she lost the dog too because they couldn't find the dog. She spent weeks trying to find the dog, and he was just gone. The police suspected that he, ran the dog, went to get help for its owner, and then something happened. Um, so So she lost like everything in one foul swoop, like her home, her fiance, her dog, the whole 9 yards. It's bad. And so she decides, she's gotta get on, like it's gonna be hard to move on, but she's gotta do it, right? She can't just keep staying in bed every day. So she decides to start like clearing out boxes. Am I doing this right? Maybe. Oh, yeah. There we go. He's got whiskers. And so the first box she opens, she finds his phone. And she's like, it's bound to have like maybe pictures I didn't have and things like that. So she puts it on the charger to charge it up, and so she can get pictures off of there. She opens it, like, after it's charged, she opens it up and she finds a video. And so she starts to watch the video because she's like, what is this? And it's him. And he's like, hey, if you're watching this, what is the story? Oh, Crazy Redeemed book talk. I almost said book tax. I don't know why. So it's the book I'm currently reading. And so she's like, she pauses the video and she's like, what the hell? And she's like, nope, just keep watching it. And he goes on to say that there was a mix-up at the dog park one day, and to just know that he did what he did to protect her. And he doesn't really give... I was trying to figure out what... No, you're all right. And so she doesn't completely understand. So she calls her friend, and she tells her friend what happened, and her friend's like, you have to take it to the police. So she backs up a copy of it on her computer, and she does take it to the police. And so she's like, okay, I need, it's kind of like losing him all over again. Because now she was coming to terms with the fact that he just died randomly on a run. And now is learning he didn't just die randomly on a run. He was possibly, most likely, murdered.
We have always lurked among you.
Okay, Fantasy, have a good day. And so she's like, okay, I need to get a job. And he made it sound like I might be in danger. So she goes to Harper Security Ops and applies for a job, thinking, it would be safe. She'd be around, people who obviously deal with dangerous situations because it's a security company. And maybe after working there a little bit, she could get them to investigate as well. Right? So she goes in and she applies for a job, but they're not hiring right now. And it just so happens that the guy who lost his wife, he's finally coming back to work. His mom is helping watch his son while he's at work. And so he talks to Avalon, which is the front desk girl. And he's like, well, what's up with that? And she's like, oh, that girl's just applying for a job, but we're not hiring. And he's like, really? And so she's like, what? Because he had just got done asking her about if she knew anybody who might be looking for a nanny job, And he's like, well, what do you think? And she's like, to be your nanny? And he's like, yeah, I mean, we can do a security. She would need to have a background check to work here anyway. So what do you think? And she's like, I think if it's not something you're going to ask her, you need to run after her right now. She's about to leave. And he's like, oh yeah. So he kind of chases her down in the parking lot. Sorry, I had to move it closer because it didn't want to cooperate. Look at Raccoon's face. It's so adorable. And so he does that. He goes out to the parking lot and he's like, hey, how like tied are you to working here? And she's like, not really, but he's like, okay, what other qualifications do you have? And so she tells him, and he's like, what do you think about being a nanny, like my nanny for my son? And they hit it off, right? Like, so he tells her, let me do the background check, and I'll message you if you pass the background check. I'm assuming your phone number's on the, form that you filled out for here. And she's like, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I almost never catch anything in my own stream. I've kind of given up. I do it, try on occasion, but I hardly ever catch anything. Okay, let me out. Ran over my own toe. Ugh. Getting too warm underneath there. Yeah, but even I don't mean like that, like I miss them. I mean like even when I throw a ball, I don't catch them. And it's because we talked about it before. It's related to how much you type in chat. So yeah, there's still a chance I could catch something, but the chances are much lower because I'm not typing in chat. So she begins to nanny for him, and of course, you know what's gonna go from here. They're gonna start to fall in love. And that's where I'm at in the book. They're catching feelings for each other, and there's guilt over it's not been that long since they lost their significant others before, their other significant others, and da-da-da. But they are getting the feelings for each other, and they want to see where this is gonna go. Oh, look at his mouth. Chomp, 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 chomp. Hello, Beauty and the Geek. Welcome in. Just in time to see Rocket's chompy mouth. No, he has a head. He just needs arms. It is Rocket. It's Rocket to go with all my Groots. I have 3 Groots. I need a Rocket. There's a baby Groot in this set, too. Number 2. Oh, come on. Why do you gotta be so difficult, sticker? Yep, a steal in the wild. And then this goes here. Yeah, and a carrot in the wild. All the wild animals. So I asked this before, but a bunch of you weren't in when I asked it. So we celebrate Valentine's Day, but we don't tend to celebrate it on Valentine's Day because for various reasons. Mostly because it's so hard to get in places on Valentine's Day unless it's a place that does reservations. And places that do reservations, I feel like don't want to hear my kids screaming during dinner like when they were younger, you know? Like you're going to a nice restaurant that has reservations, you don't want to hear my kid all through your dinner. Like that's rude. Um so and we didn't live near family till like recently. For like the last 12 years we haven't lived near family. So we've always done it on like a different day, like the day before or the weekend before. And I was just curious what other people did for Valentine's Day. Like how you did your Valentine's. And I don't believe Valentine's Day is just for people in a relationship. You can go out by yourself. You can go out with friends. You know, there are different types of love. Why can't they all be celebrated on Valentine's Day? So I was just curious how everybody did Valentine's Day. We'll probably do ours this Saturday. And now that the kids are older, we can go, you know, they're fine at home for an hour or so. We could go, you know, we could go to a restaurant by ourselves and them have pizza at home and, you know, the world would not end. Beaker is Beauty's favorite. I'm more of a Kermit. Oh, there we go. My glasses were being all funny. We're building Baby Groot. There's a body and some legs and a Groot head. Baby Groot, Baby Groot. It's Baby Groot. There we go, my camera decided to zoom. We usually don't do too much. I personally had issues with the day knowing the history. It's not really about romance at all, but we do little things like chocolate and flowers. It's the only few days after my wife's and my birthday, so we tend to do all three in one. Yeah, I know he's so little. He's so little. Yes, so we like exchange gifts and things like that, but it's not so much. Yeah, I mean, in no way is the holiday really about romance. I mean, he did secretly marry people, but there's more to it than that. But I'm always just curious how other people do holidays. Like, I already know what I got because I almost bought it for myself. So he had to tell me. And then I didn't keep a secret what I got him. So it's not like some big mystery, but and I know it's like, I have never been a jewelry and flowers type of girl to begin with, so that's never been an issue. But I know there are some people that like, you know, oh, I need jewelry, I need this. I'm glad to help you remember, Kevin. I would hate for you to be rushing last minute to do it. Okay. Where are you? Oh, there it is. We should do a traditional day where we go martyr people. So we should go kill people for their cause? Because, I mean, That's what a martyr is. Somebody who dies for their cause or is killed for their cause. Like those crazy people who sit in the middle of the road to get you to stop using oil or gas. Yeah, it's like the purge for a cause. Okay, let's see Stream Raiders. It came up and said it's ready. Okay. Yeah, have you seen those people? They're like gluing their hands to the road and stopping traffic in a protest about using oil when people are just sitting there longer with their cars running. And like, apparently in Europe, they don't have time for that shit because they just whip those people, get out their cars and just drag them off to the side of the road and basically threaten to run them over if they don't get out of the way, which is personally what I think should happen. If you're willing to lay your dumb ass in the middle of the road, you should be willing to accept that you might get run over. Woohoo! We did it! Oh no, it didn't. But I'll fix it some more. There we go. Beer Bearer and Gilter. Yeah, like if you're willing to glue your hand to the road, you might accept that a 18-wheeler or a guy in an SUV may not stop. When I worked Crisis Angels or Chris Angel shows, I really liked Valentine's Day because he would never say it right. Valentine's. Yeah, there are some people who honestly don't know that it's times and not times, which is just funny. Okay. Let's see. Rogues and warriors. Place. I don't know what a clash is. Let's see. Nope, nope, and not enough money. Back to the board. We'll do a rogue. Oh, you can choose what square you want it in. Yeah, I mean, we don't stress like the holiday, but we still get each other things. And like I said, I've never been like a flowers and God forbid, don't ever buy me like the variety packs of chocolates that you don't know what's in each one. Like you have to bite in or break open each chocolate to figure out what it is. Half that container's getting thrown in the trash, and those aren't cheap. Please stop wasting your money. Let's see. Oh, I see. This gets turned this way. The color on this set, like in the book, is really super dark. And so it's hard to see which way they're what in pieces sometimes. I want the heart-shaped Jacqueline's jerky pots. I bought crazy the meat stick things from the commissary yesterday. A whole bag of them. He ate like 8 of them last night. Oh, and a reminder, a heart-shaped pizza has less pizza than a regular round one. It does. But do you know that, what is it, Tyson's does heart-shaped chicken nuggies? Yes. There's one or two Mario's Pizza does it, I think, that it's a heart-shaped pizza. I don't know what I want to do for Valentine's this year. I love heart-shaped nuggies. Yes, I think it's Tyson's that's heart-shaped nuggies for Valentine's Day. So you can get your kids heart-shaped nuggies or your significant other heart-shaped nuggies because adults like nuggies too. Welcome in, Rabbit. But yeah, I think it's Mario's and then maybe one other company, but they do heart-shaped pizzas at Valentine's. Yes, Tyson's. They changed they don't do dino ones for like the month. Yeah, and they do bat ones in October. Bat-shaped nuggies. All the nuggies. There's baby shark apple juice. How tiny are the containers, though? I've never seen heart and bat nuggies. Yep. How often do you shop in the nuggie aisle, Rabbit? I mean, that could be a thing too. If you're not in the nuggie aisle real often. Okay, where are you, you silly Knigget? I'm probably looking like right over the top of it, and I just keep missing. Ah, there it is. There are kids bottle type ones with the character tops. Yes, and you know they're reusable. You can take them apart, and I think they're dishwasher safe, and you can just refill them with whatever juice. I'm getting my car back today, so I will leave this weekend. Incidentally, that BJ's just opened right next to the largest Dick's Sporting Goods, so BJ's is next to Dick's. So, Staples sells Staples. You ever see the thing where the guy's like, so Staples sells Staples. We need to go to see if Dick's sells, well, Dick's. I don't know most of the shopping. I don't do most of the shopping these days, but we do keep nuggies around as quick lunches. Yes, but yes, there's all different types of nuggies throughout the year. Whoever does the shopping in your house, you need to tell them to be on the lookout for the different types of nuggies. Rocket has one arm and a weird hand. I don't like this hand. I don't like it. The thumb is very weird. Like, why not just put another one of these? So I do the shopping in our house, but we get a different brand of nuggets because once you get it one time, if the boy child likes it, you can never get anything else. That's it. You're stuck with that brand for life because he doesn't like change. And so we bought a different brand once, and now we can never have Tyson because they're not those nuggets. They're different. Right? Like, he will only eat the same type of food. Nuggets, mac and cheese. Change is money. I'll take your change. He hates, like, any type of change. And so, like, I make Hamburger Helper from scratch in my Instapot. And last time we made it, or last time his sister made it, and I did not supervise at all. She was like, nope, I can do it all by myself. and it is fairly easy, and she did do it all by herself. And he came and he ate like one bite, and he was like, this tastes different, and he wouldn't eat the rest. And I was like, what do you mean it tastes different? I swear I bought the same brand of gluten-free noodles, the same kind of cheese. Oh no, Crazy made it. Turned out he used all cheddar instead of the mix of two cheeses that I normally use. And so he was like, this tastes different, I'm not eating it. And that was that. And that boy would literally starve before eating something he didn't like. Like, if your options are eat this, what I made, or starve, he would gladly starve. Lucy Chan is spooky, Heart Michael's chain textbooks. Yeah, would starve. Nuggies, I don't want the other things. Yes. So that's it. Like, we have to have the same kind of nuggets and stuff. I made the hamburger helper day before yesterday, and he ate it just fine. So it was literally that it didn't taste exactly the same, and he wasn't going to eat it. Our little guy is very picky, but honestly, not his fault. We had so many allergies as a baby that you couldn't give him most things. Yeah. His things is he's not so much picky as in he won't eat things like outright, but if he eats them once, they have to taste the same every single time. So if you buy a different brand of noodles or a different brand of cheese or whatever, and it tastes different, then he's like, nope, I don't want it. This doesn't taste like it he thinks it should. So he doesn't want to eat it. And he'll only eat potatoes like two ways, and he doesn't like he doesn't like mashed potatoes, and he doesn't like roasted potatoes. He will eat pierogies and french fries, but he doesn't like potatoes really. Yep. Oh, I have no doubt. Yeah, it's sensory and clothing. I cannot just go to the store and buy him clothing. He has to feel each piece of clothing to decide if he likes it or not. He doesn't have any, like... I have kind of thought that before, that he may be on the spectrum somewhere. He is damn near brilliant, but everything's got to be just a certain way. He only likes nuggets when I make his food, unless nuggets are from McDonald's, then he doesn't like them. It's crazy how they decide, like, what is yes and what is no. Yeah. I have thought some of the things he do are very on the spectrum, like seem like on the spectrum traits, but he does not show any, like, learning on the trait things. Like, he is really smart. Like, this boy was full sentences at a year old, and like counting by 18 months and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, he is very smart. Like, you know, the standardized tests they give in school, they like get harder till you can't do them, then they get a little easier, and then they change direction till they can figure out where you are. He like is in 7th grade, and last year he got all the way up to square roots in math, and he reads at like an 11th grade level, but some of the ways he acts are very like on the spectrum. Like, he doesn't like things they feel in his mouth. Things have to be, he doesn't like change at all. Yeah. He is, yeah. So I was like, he could very well be, he just doesn't show like the learning disability, that is normally associated with spectrum. But yeah, he doesn't like change. He doesn't get along with kids his age. because he doesn't understand why. Like, when he could do a math problem in like 5 seconds and stuff like that, he doesn't understand why they can't do it the same way. And so he does get a fair amount of bullying through the years because of it. Because he just doesn't understand, like, why can't you do it too? I mean, he will have like, we've known people, I mean, like I said, we were military until like this past summer. We have known people where he will have full on conversations with other adults, and they're like, I don't have this great of an intellectual conversation with my full grown airman. But this kid can carry on a whole conversation. He's intellectual. He told Carrot he's not worth the durability of his axe, so he better get his shit together. Yeah. Yeah, he's like always like does really well for his age, and the things come easy to him pretty well, but like dealing with other kids, he's just got no interest in other kids his age. Okay. Groot's other arm, or Rocket's other arm. I'm not saying Groot. Yeah, I don't like these hands, this thumb. Why did you do that? Why couldn't you just have a regular like that? Why is it gotta be so weird? Maybe if the thumb was the other direction, like, I don't know. I don't like it though. The biggest being beauties of traveling, so we are able to travel for her job without having to worry about taking her out of school. Yeah, I mean, it's not really been like that huge of a thing. Like, it took a while for him to realize that telling people what was going on wasn't gonna make him look bad. Like, he didn't like to tell anybody that he was getting picked on because, I don't know, maybe he thought it made him look weak or something. I don't know, but he didn't like it. And then so it would carry on, and he's always been really good about using his words. So he'll be like, please don't do that. I'm not interested. He'll walk away. He'll do things, but he will only take that so long, and then he'll punch you in the face. And many times it would get to that point where they know they could push him till he'd punch somebody in the face. And, you know. And how do you're like, well, really, he's only doing it because he's being bullied and he's standing up for himself. And they're like, well, technically, he threw the first punch. Yes, but you can only push somebody so long before you get punched in the face. So, I mean, he's gotten really good. This year, he's like, I don't care. He'll tell on anybody. He'll be like, that kid's bugging me. That kid's pushing my desk. That kid's doing this or that. And then he'll get moved or whatever. So, but he does, like, seem on the spectrum sometimes. Some of the stuff he does, like the way he does it. He definitely has, like, no use for kids his age. They have parent-teacher conferences, I think, later this month. So I will definitely see what his teachers think. Yeah, we've always taught them not to start a fight, but you can totally finish it. And he has finished it on more than one occasion. I hear all of you. My oldest Isaac is like that. Unless his interest is peaked, he just shuts down on any learning. But once something interests him, his focus on it is like to the exclusion of any. Yeah. Yep. Definitely. And he's always been an adult trapped in a child's body. Very much so. I don't know what we're doing stacking these buckets, but that's what it says to do. And I mean, his last, not last school before last, when we were in Virginia, wanted him evaluated. And so we went and got the evaluation papers and brought them to the school, and they didn't distribute them to the teachers. So when it was time for him to go see the therapist, she had like 2 papers. And then she sat and talked with him. He went to like 3 or 4 sessions with her, and she's like, there's nothing wrong with him. He is a completely functional little boy. And she wrote down that he didn't like change. She goes, and frankly, nobody likes change, so that's not even a real thing. Like, I'll write it down, but I don't know what they want from me. And then the school called like 2 weeks later and was like, I thought you were getting him evaluated. I did. You guys didn't do your job. Well, and I think some of it was she didn't know what they wanted from her. You know, like she didn't know what the school wanted because they didn't fill any of their version of the paperwork out. So she's like, what am I even evaluating him for? She's like, as far as I can tell, you know, and they went over like ways for him to like deal with the frustration, like breathing, and so he didn't act out right away. But she's like, I'm not even sure what they want him evaluated for because the school didn't fill out any of the paperwork. Right. She's like, so I'm not sure what they're wanting me to evaluate him for. So I can only give you that he seems like a perfectly reasonable little boy. Like, I don't know exactly what they want me to look for. So I can only give you this. You know what I mean? Listen, when I do the swipe text, it does the same thing. I'm like, I swear that's not what I tried to type. And like, phone, where are you getting these words from? Oh, we're making his tail. That's what it is. But yeah, so, and then when we moved, they didn't see anything wrong. So like, and when we moved, they did pick up Fantasy's learning issues. So, you know, so who knows? But yes, I will definitely talk to his teachers and see what they think. Look at Rocket's bushy tail. It looks kind of like a broom from Harry Potter would look like. I wish it was more like Crank. You know how you can have the blocks that like crank so you can like leave in one position? I wish it was like that so I could keep his tail like out because it just falls down. It's a droopy tail. No. There we go. Okay, now it looks like we're working on a gun. Get in touch with whoever in the district is in charge of student services too. Yeah, at this school they've been a lot better at like listening to him when he tells them, hey, something's going on. They've been a lot better. And so like they've moved seats and pulled kids in to talk to them. So this piece. Yeah, he's interesting to say the least. Definitely not something where I feel like he needs to be medicated. He doesn't have any trouble focusing or anything like that. But definitely some of the ways he reacts to things, I'm like, okay. There we go. Number 3, another sticker. Welcome in, Aloha Craw. How are you doing? Oh, I should have looked at which 3 it was. Ooh, good, I picked the right one. Nope, don't be crooked. I haven't been able to get back in your stream, but how's your roller coaster going? Okay, I gotta put you down too in my thing so it doesn't auto shout out. I am doing good. I've kind of been asking everybody, because I'm just curious or nosy, depending on how you like to put it, how you celebrate Valentine's Day. Like, because I know not everybody celebrates it at all, or some people just stay in, some people go out. So I've just kind of been asking everybody how they do Valentine's, if they celebrate it, etc., etc. One, two, three. It's coming along nicely. We've done bags 2 through like half of 5. I skipped bag 1 because there's the little scene stuff. That's good that it's coming along nicely. I have looked at that one several times and I like contemplate it. Do I want it? Do I not want it? Do I want it? Do I not want it? Every year for the last 5 years, I've made a Luna card every year. It has something to do with craft hobby. I was working on the following year, but this year I have no clue. We don't do much for Valentine's Day. Between that, President's Day, Chinese New Year, and my birthday, it's a little too hectic that time of year. We celebrate it, but not on Valentine's Day. Because it's hard to go into a restaurant like that, and especially when the kids were younger, I felt like even if you had kids, if you could get out to a restaurant by yourself, you deserved that night child free. I wasn't bringing my kids to the restaurant to disturb your dinner. Oh, and school vacation week too. Okay. So even though we have kids, I was always like, if you could get to go out to a restaurant by yourself on Valentine's Day, you deserve that kid-free day. So we usually do it on like a different night. Like we'll probably do it this weekend because now Crazy works later into the evening. So it's hard to just go out on a weekday in general. So we'll probably do it this weekend, and I don't know if we'll try to go out by ourselves or not. The kids are older now, so going out to a restaurant for an hour or two by ourselves isn't gonna, like, the world's not gonna come to an end. So I'm not sure what we'll do. So I made a gun, if I can find the camera. Pew pew. And this goes on his hand here. The little grippy things on his hand. If I can get it on there without breaking it. There we go. Oop, part of his arm fell off. And then this fell off. Yeah. Pew pew. Pew pew pew. I think it's because I changed the way he was like bent. So now it's being funky. There we go. Another gun. I think this one literally goes pew pew. It's got projectiles. Yeah, we usually, I won't say we always get each other a gift. Sometimes it's just going out to eat. You know, in the past, it has really majorly depended on how finances were. Okay. But this year we got each other gifts, and we'll probably do something. I don't know what though. But I'm always just interested. It's really, I'm nosy. I want to know what other people do. Okay, this is our last sticker. There weren't a ton of stickers in this pack. But stickers are not my favorite, no matter how many or how few there are. Get on the block. There we go. Oh, and I got a new Harry Potter shirt to wear to the book signing next month. It's the Flourish and Box Bookshop in Diagon Alley is the like pattern on the shirt, the design, whatever. I thought it was cute. It would tie in both things. Oh, I was like, I don't see the piece they're showing. It's the Authors Rock, Little Rock, I think is the name of the signing. There's gonna be like close to 100 authors there, mostly indie authors. And you get to meet them and buy books and have them sign your books and all kinds of stuff. I haven't been to a book signing in like close to 3 years, so I'm super excited to get to go to one again. And the one author coming there is all the way from Australia. This is only the second time I've ever met her. Like, this is the second time I'll be at a signing where she is, and I love her and her books. So I'm excited, like super excited. Another pew pew. This pew pew, you can put bullets in. Ooh, let me turn it correctly. So this pew pew, you can shoot the bullets. I'm not going to shoot it across my desk, but basically you press the end and it flies out. Ah! Stay. Let me see. Is that what it just says? Yeah, it just says, like, press the back and it flies out. And you get an extra bullet. So that's it. That is Rocket. And his baby Groot. On the box, they show Groot, like, on his leg. But you can also, like, stand him up here. Let me see if they show it the same. Nope, they have him, like, up here on Rocket's arm. His tail kind of makes it hard to set him down, too, when you pick him up. But, let's see if I turn the camera. Okay, listen, Peace. Why are you so delicate? I don't know what it is about it on this side that is so delicate and just keeps popping off. Maybe that will change. But either way, there is Rocket, if I can get him in frame right. I like the way he turned out. He's super cute. And then I can put him on the shelf next to next to my Groots. And I see that I think I just started to, yep, there they are. I see that Stream Raiders ended. So let's see what that does. We have 34 allies. And I don't know how many enemies yet. 32 enemies, so we should be fine. We have 2 more than they have. Beer Bear already with 5 assists. It was like nothing 5 assists. Let's see. Oh, wow. Leater is was up to like 25. I don't know. That was weird. 9 kills. Now he's up to 11 kills. And Beer Bear's 8 assists. Woohoo! Pick random winner. Upbell and Smoggy Smashette. I don't think I completed any quests. Nope. Can I buy anything? Oh no, but I can claim more laurels. And then I can buy one. No purchase. Okay, we'll do one more. And this one has a loyalty chest. We'll do another rogue there. And then we'll do like that. And I'll go back and pick up that. I still think that's enough to buy anything, though. Nope. Okay, so I have a battle going. You can jump in if you want. We had this finished, but we have like a half an hour before stream is technically over. Did we want to play, do some more of the strange horticulture for the next 30 minutes? We can watch me play more of that. I don't know if you guys liked that game or not last time, or thought it was interesting. I know it's kind of a weird game, but I like it. Okay, let me minimize stuff here so I can get it up. Pull the game up. And I'll get chat going on my phone so I can see it. Make sure child didn't message me. Pull this up, and I'm going to change my category to strange horticulture. That way, you know, if I can spell. And I see the brick tax. Welcome in, Kaz. It did update it. And we are on ads. But Kaz redeemed brick tax, so we'll quick do that. Oh, wonderful. Oh, no, damn it, it didn't. I don't know why it does not like to shout you out, Kaz. That's alright. We'll make this work. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I've tried to change how I had your name in there, thinking maybe I was missing a capital or had a space, or I don't know. But it does not like to shout out your name like on the auto shout out thing. I know it calls everybody out. It's like, oh well. Okay, so we've moved. Oop, as I throw the block across the mat, we have moved over with our to the other side. So, oops, sorry. There was our little step. Yep. Okay, let's make sure it brought up the right game. It did. Okay. Hold that back in my phone forward so I can see. Okay, so we gotta open our drawer. We don't have anything in our drawer. And all our stuff in archive is check marked, so we don't need any of that. Let's make sure all our plants are in one area. Yep, okay. Makes it easier when you're looking through them if they're all kind of in the same area. If I'm going to keep using these cups on stream, I have to get something that's going to soak up the condensation. I'd use a different type of coaster. Okay, that's Pet Our Kitty. Hello, kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty's like, leave me alone, I'm sleeping. Reuben Ward. I'm headed to Grisdale Forest, investigating a possible murder there. Can't say I'm looking forward to it. The Sisterhood are a secretive lot, and they're not keen to talk to me. You're welcome, Kaz. The leader, the Arda, or whatever they call her, she's dead. My instinct is they're hiding something. I was hoping you might have some fox button that would help me win them over. So, gotta find fox button. Grisdale? Like that? Like Grisdale? Like I said, I'm probably butchering the names. Like, I just read how I think they should be. That's how it is when I'm reading, and I'm like, I don't know how to say that name. It's like this now, whether it's like that or not. Okay, it says fox button. An offering of fox button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stem. So we want something with leaves like this. Like maybe this? Those look like the same kind of leaves, and I don't really see anything else, like with close to the same. Well, I guess maybe there's this one too. I wonder. This one just says blue flower, stiff leaves. It smells of nothing. Let's try this one. Ooh, I was right. We get another book entry. Ooh. There's a person at my door. Brimlock is our new plant that we, new plant page we got. I always just go back to the beginning. I was able to make out the whispered voices last night with the help of St. John's Poppy. There's a medium using the room illegally, I might add, holding midnight seances for gullible grievers. Is there a plant you know of that I could use to give them a scare and drive them away? I need my sleep. So we want to scare them away. Okay. This one is for clarity of visions. Stomach pains. Right? I could scare her away, but I don't need a plant to do that. This protects against extreme cold. Welcome in, Danny. Let's see. Right? This is for skin rashes. That's to open locks. This grants strength for short periods of time. Sleeping droughts. Friendship between strangers. Digestive troubles. Oh, that's cute. The Key Forest. So there are certain words my kids would said wrong when they were little, and like we never corrected them. And of course they're older now and they know the correct way to say it, but they still call it that item, or they still pronounce it wrong, like on purpose. Like pancakes in our house are not pancakes, they're panda cakes. And the like pouch on a hoodie is called a kangaroo pouch, a kanga pouch, things like that. So they're old enough and they do know the correct way to say it or what it's called, but they choose to call it that wrong thing on purpose. Do not. This is a poison. I don't think they want that, although we could give that a try. But they cease their. Once stride and hardness sense can be burned as an incense. They let out a high-pitched shriek, widely to believe to be these spirits of dead souls. I think maybe this Harlequin blue. Maybe that's a lemon dandy. Could it be? Yeah, like obviously we didn't correct them at the time because it was kind of cute. But I mean, as they got older, were like, okay, no, it's really this. And so they know it, but they just choose to call it like that for a reason. You know, because it's funny. 2 flower heads. Let's try it. Ooh, I was right. Then a shimmer lung is the new book page we got. You may have heard the rumors that our Arda is dead. May Arduina bring her spirit peace. The nature of her death is unusual. The Sisterhood does not often look to outside help, but this is beyond our knowledge. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry into the forest. To be assured of your discretion, we require that you use Mary's breath to bind yourself in secrecy. So let's go back to the list and find Mary's breath, not Beth. Mary's breath. The wide waxy leaves allow this plant to collect the large amount of water it requires. It is said that a person can be bound to secrecy by using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal gardens so that the king could ensure the trust of his confidants, but the practice fell out of favor. Okay, so we want something with wide, waxy leaves. These are wide leaves. Are they? These are smooth, waxy leaves, so maybe. And we know that's that type of plant. I wouldn't say those are necessarily wide. These have really big leaves. The veined leaves have a waxy finish. It's an interesting game, if nothing else. I'm gonna say this one, but I could be wrong. Should we try this plant? I mean, that one has wide leaves too. Right? Like, it's, I don't want to say it's spooky, but it's got kind of like an eerie feel to it. Let's try this plant. Oh, see, those are the death things we get because I guessed wrong. Ah, the other one was right. So now we get a letter. So let's put away this. Open our letter. Says, we have failed in our duty as protectors of the forest. Our secrets have been stolen and the Arda has been murdered. You will find us deep in the Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore, across from Torver, not the Torver. Please help us. Yours in hope, the Sisters of Arduina. So we already have enough travel thingy. So there's Grisdale Forest and there's Trover. If I'm not wrong, it was this. Oh, see, nope, I stepped off the thing and the sisters wouldn't let me into the forest. So now I have to get enough will to travel. We can try watering the plants. Let's try this again. Okay, here we go. They want Ren. So let's figure out what Ren is. The long leaves of the Ren are known to turn black in the presence of a certain poisons, and so can be used to detect them. Though it has no flower, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death and sweet to those who have not. So this one has a scent that scratches the back of my throat, but technically my character would have known death since that's how she got the shop. So let's try that. I was right. And so we got that page, and then it says, I extract a sample of the artist's blood and introduce it to the Ren. And my suspicions are confirmed immediately. The leaves of the Ren turn black, which can only mean one thing: gilded dendra poisoning. Upon presenting my findings, I am rushed away quickly. The sisters do not want me hanging around, it seems. They do, however, send me on my way with a couple of plants, which I am grateful for. So we got 2 new plants, these 2 here. Oh, I guess there's, well, yeah, they're right there. So we can put this in the archive. Yeah, this, I don't know if it's still on sale, but I got this game on Steam. It was on sale for like $7.50. So I thought it was interesting. So obviously, you know, I like weird stuff though. So I'm close to reporting you, half-wit. The last plant you gave me made my skin itch furiously. I'll have your little shop shut down and torn to the ground if you don't make this right. So we have to decide to either give him Butterdale or Meekdew. So let's go back to the beginning. Butterdale. Let me get rid of that real quick so I can read better. Those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a drought made by using leaves from the brimlock. Oh, no, sorry, Butterdale's over here. Often found growing in clumps on valley sides, Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure for all manner of skin rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed and mulched to form a poultice. The flowers smell buttery to some people, or meek do. Let me go back. The beautiful flower made up of smaller florets make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be pleasant looking, but touching the leaves against bare skin result in painful sores. I think it's probably better to send him on his way with the Butterdale. So, Butterdale has been... Okay, so... Dark green leaves... and it smells buttery. So this has dark green leaves, but not the same kind of shape. This one has kind of the shape of leaves. It has a buttery scent. So, I think that one's the Butterdale. So we got a new plant page. We have end of day. So we'll get a new card from the deck. North of Hawkshead, east of Lowick, west of Rustland, south of Crinkle Crags. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time, she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. So we already have enough time to, or enough will to explore. So, okay, I know. I was gonna say, please don't take my will to travel. I didn't actually do anything. I'm gonna bring that out to help us. So, our card says Hawkshead. So where's Okay, there's Hawkshead. So it has to be north of Hawkshead and east of Lowick. So there's Hawkshead. Now we gotta find Lowick. And there's Lowick. So at least there. No, you're fine, Beauty or Geek, whichever one. I assume it's Geek because you mentioned Beauty earlier. We finished Rocket, and we're playing this game called Strange Horticulture. So then Rustland is here, and it has to be west of Rustland. So like one over, but it's got to be south of Pringle. Okay, so it's basically got to be where my mouse is. My eyes are drawn to the silhouette of a grizzled old man standing at the edge of a field. His mind is broken, seemingly beyond repair. Vacant eyes fixate on nothing. A whisper of an expression as my gaze sweeps his face, but only a whisper. He raises his arm, points. I follow his outstretched finger and am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers growing there, hidden from view. And then we got these two plants from that. Crazy's back as well. Beauty only comes on as Underground Housewife. Well, that's good to know. If I see, I'll try to remember the name, and if I see it, then I'll know it's Beauty. Okay, so let's put our map back away and this thingy. I was gonna use that to like mark a spot on the map, but it turned out I didn't need to. I'm looking for a plant. Lady of what's it? Something or other. I'm no green-eyed Dreyer, that's for sure. My mind isn't at all what it used to be. It's the one that's supposed to help with the mental decline. So he said Lady of the something. Lady of Summer is the only one we have. So the leaves curl round delightfully, which combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature make this a sought-after ornamental plant, which aids with conditions of memory deterioration associated with old age. Okay. Mm, mm. Maybe this? That kind of looks like it. And the leaves kind of curl. Let's try this one. No! It was not that. Okay. I need to be more careful. It was wrong. Ooh, maybe this. These leaves really curl, and it's got that same pokey out. Ha, that one was right. We got a new page. There's supposed to be like, in the end, there's supposed to be like 77 different plants in the game. Like, at the end. Oop, here's the mailman. They're saying the artist's been killed. I know a lot of people don't trust that sisterhood, but it seemed to me the Arda always looked out for the less fortunate. The cold is too much to bear beyond the gap. I was forced to turn back. I would advise against it, but if you are determined to explore Great Gable, be sure to take precautions. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll have a plant up your sleeve that can keep you warm should the weather turn against you. Okay, we did find a plant that was said to keep us warm. That's Visions and Prophecies. Stomach pains. Grimlock. It is, those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a draught made using the leaves of Grimlock plant. It has a warming effect that protects against extreme cold. So, just right, the cold of winter, Grimlock produces small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. That's Grandy Root. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it currently has leaves. I wonder. I think maybe this? Maybe? I'm going to keep that one in mind if we wind up having to do it. So let's look at Great Gable on the map. Great Gable. After several hours of arduous hiking and scribbling, I am still some distance from the summit. I am freezing cold and ready to head home. I should do the sensible thing and turn back down the mountain, unless... I guess I was right. So we get a new book entry, and then it says, I push on, no longer feeling the cold, and I am presently rewarded. So we get a new plant. We get this plant. And it doesn't take away our old plant. It just like moves it. You know. Pinchurin is loose in the chat. Let's throw away our map and put this in the archive. And then Norman Lee. This plant is cursed. It has brought me nothing but sorrow. Please take it. I want nothing more to do with it. Okay? We'll take the new plant. That's a weird fungus. Simone Green. Hellbore, always a pleasure, my feline friend. I hope he hasn't been nibbling the plants again. I have a favor to ask. You owe me one for the hours I spent digging out the information on those plants. I've been burning the midnight oil again and could use some common Traus. I know where to find it. According to Grayson's Herbology, it grows in abundance on Red Pike. I'll come by the day after tomorrow to collect it. I have business in Sedberg in the meantime. So Red Pike. And it's common Traus. So we want to go to Red Pike, which is here. Dark swirls through my mind, and even the beauty of the Red Pike cannot sell them. I don't think I'll hike up there today. So we got the page for common Traus. Now we need to figure out what common Traus is. And then mark it. Despite being described as common, the Traus can in fact be quite tricky to find. However, it is known to grow in abundance on those slopes of Red Pike. Nobody knows why. Its leaves have been used for centuries as a balm against eye strain. I enjoy a pleasant stroll up the fell. The going is easy, the weather agreeable, and the views majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I am after. So this is common Traus, so we should mark it. Okay, let me see how many minutes. Oh, okay. So, Stream Raiders is ready. Oh, dang it. I started it and then I forgot that I needed to do the special way. Grand Forks is getting a blizzard today and tomorrow. Look at Bear. All the assists and all the kills. We had 47 allies when we started. I mean, 49 when we started because I see 2 dead. I know, look at you going. 31 kills, that's crazy, Beer. 40 kills? Man, you're taking them out all by yourself. So Beer Bearer with 42 kills and 11 assists. I think he gets the money. And since it's the last one, we'll give... Right? He's just like, move out of my way. I'll get this. I don't need any help. One would hope you finish some quests with all those kills. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was a lot of kills for one person. But that is our last Stream Raiders for the day. I'm gonna see if there's somebody we can raid into. Ooh, somebody messaged me. Ah! I wanted to click on the thing, not the whole, like, here you go. Okay, Somebody sent me a message. Sorry. I was reading to see if it was pertinent to now. It's not, though. But yes, that's fine. See who's on. And well, the Yellow Witch is on, and she's hardly ever on. She's building Harry Potter. So I think we will try to raid into her. We come back to this. Are you guys liking the Strange Horticulture game or not? I figure it works because it's quick. Like, it doesn't take much to get into or out of, you know. And I like it. It's kind of like a weird, eerie, but still like fun and simple game. I don't know, but I like it anyway. So, thank you for stopping by. We made Rocket and his bushy tail. Look at his big old tail. It kind of reminds me of like what a Harry Potter broom, the end of a broomstick on Harry Potter would be like. But he will go on the shelf next to all my Groots because I have 3 of them. So yes, that's I'll select the start raid and I'll see if Frostybot is cooperating today for the raid thingy. If it'll make the little thingy to like copy and paste. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But thank you all for coming and hanging out. Wow, 17 people. Thank God I didn't look at that while I was on. Like over 10 people, I start to be like, oh my God, there's too many people watching me, and I get nervous. I try to, like, whenever possible, as much as possible, I try to never look at how many people are in chat, like in stream watching. It makes me very nervous. Sunday will be more Hogwarts, and I just read an article the other day that apparently on PlayStation there's been another DLC, like a free DLC, and it's not been privy to those others, but I guess at the end of the month they're making it privy to everybody. So it's like Spooky Hogsmeade. So hopefully we'll get to play some Spooky Hogsmeade later this month. But thank you, everybody. See you Sunday for more Hogwarts, and then next week, the Red Phone Booth.